Hello, everybody. Look at those beautiful cookies. In case you missed my last video, this was a lot of fun. I don't know if it was a lot of fun. All right. Welcome, everyone. Okay, I try to do that every time, and I practice it, and it doesn't work the way that I practice it. I guess I'll just blame it on the ADD. Hi, my name's Ashley. If you're new here, if you're not new here, before I do this, let me just hang on. Let me just give a full view of these cookies here. Just I want you to see appreciate the sheer ugliness of these beauties. um, cookies. So yeah, I know I'm Gen X and there's no participation trophies, but I put in the work on these, y'all, and it was kind of sad that they didn't quite turn out the way I expected them to. I'm gonna let people trickle in because I do want to hear my assessment of my baking skills from my viewers if they're willing. I I was yeah, this was one of the more exhausting things that I've ever done. But I don't know. I guess I guess it was worth it. So tonight I'm doing something a little bit different. But anyway, if you haven't seen that video, I don't know if you want to watch it, but it's I did have a lot of fun making it, and I learned a lot when I made that video, but, I the biggest lesson that I learned, I guess I figured I watched a few live streams and I'm like, "You know what? I rush into this thing, so I'm gonna slow down, let people gather in," especially if I want some, feedback on this video because I learned that I need a better process for my editing because I'm gonna burn out at this rate. But I did because I mentioned that my computer kept crashing. I guess this is gonna be like Ashley's updates when I start these live streams. I mean, the main goal of this channel is to make people laugh, and I've got a 49ers fan in the comments telling me that he appreciated it. So I bought this today because I realized that it wasn't my computer. Well, it's a combination of things, but basically, normally I work on one of these. This is an SSD for anyone who wants to geek out with me here for a few seconds. If you're just joining, we're going to get to the creepy videos. But big lesson was I learned that I just dumped too much stuff on there, so I needed more external hard drive space. So that's an affordable fix, temporary fix. But hopefully my computer, because it took me so long to get that video out because my computer kept, it kept kicking off the SSD. So it was a little bit nerve wracking, but I don't know. I was a little bit sad that the cookies didn't turn out. Well, I completely messed them up by adding the taffy, or I don't know. I really want to hear from some actual bakers. I mean, I don't know what happened to Robert, but hi, lady. I'm just gonna call you lady. I don't know. Do you prefer Lady McTavish? Oh, that is a nice. I like that. Um, lady sounds a little bit just I don't know, a little bit derogatory the way that I just said it for some reason. How are you tonight? I don't know if you did you catch the video? I would say I also forget that there's a delay, so I gotta like slow down. This is one of the things that I learned in stand-up comedy is you go a lot faster than you think you're gonna go when you're performing. And I mean, I'm live, so I'm performing, I guess. And so I always had to slow down so I didn't step on the laughter, as we say in comedy, because you have to give the audience a second to like get the joke. It's just like a delay in streaming, I guess. But there's even more of a delay. Uh, let's see. Anyway, it's fine. You're tired. Oh yeah, it's long. I no pressure to watch it immediately, when you have some time or when you need a laugh. I don't know. Do you bake, by the way? I'm curious to know how many of my viewers actually bake because I talked to someone who does bake, and she gave me some tips. She said, "Yeah, that dough was way too dry." And at least like I figured that out. Even though I don't bake, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. I should see. I really wanted to give it another chance, but because I don't know, I that one penalty, it's just like in football, that one penalty screwed me over. Well, there are a few penalties that screwed me over, but yeah, I don't know why I added the toffee. If you had anyway, I'm not revealing too much. I mean, look at these cookies here. Hang on, let me let me get my face out of the way. I mean, they they were edible, but they were so ugly. And oh, here we go. So here's another IRL subscriber. No, they didn't. They tasted better. So Pulitzer Prize got like the second batch. Well, okay, so there was so much dough, I had to put some in the freezer. I didn't even go over that in the video. The video was so long. I mean, I did cut it originally when I had all the footage in there, it was 45 minutes, and I was like, nope. So I really do have a much more respect for a lot of these cooking channels because it's really difficult deciding like and you spend so much time doing the actual cooking and then if you actually get some decent shots, it kind of looks cool when you're mixing or whatever and you want to include everything, but it's like no one wants to watch 20 minutes of mixing. So I have a whole new respect. But I guess if you get a system down, so there were too many moving parts in this video. I was trying a new format. I was trying a new niche, basically. I mean, there's always going to be comedy no matter what I'm doing in my videos, hopefully. And I also, well, my computer was giving me trouble. So, there was just like, it was a lot at once. But I think, I managed to move the ball down the field, I guess, is ultimately what happened there. So, yes. So Pulitzer says, I can confirm the cookies may not have looked great, but they still tasted quite good. But you got the freezer batch. So I don't know if here I am going to make them again because I have all this flippin' sugar in my house, and even though I love sweets, well, I don't bake, so I don't really keep sugar in my house. Like I buy sweet things, but so I got the idea for this video. Well, I got the idea for the cookies because I thought again, I thought toffee looks so easy to bake, and I love toffee. And they have these things at Trader Joe's that's like dark chocolate covered toffee with pistachios, and they're kind of expensive. I mean, for Trader Joe's, they're a little bit pricey. And I thought I could make those. I don't know if I'm going to try it until I can get. I mean, I did attempt this toffee a second time, but anyway, it's I don't know that I want to take up baking, but now I have all this sugar in my and flour and stuff that I never and this is the other thing I love about these baking videos. Sorry, we're going to get to the creepy videos, but this is chat time, I guess. These baking videos, they always say, "Hey, this is such an easy recipe and you can do this and, however many it's always way less time than it actually takes is what. But and then they'll say, "And these are all things that you have in your cupboard." Well, not if you don't bake or you don't have a family or like I don't keep flour or sugar or any of that stuff in my pantry. And I was lucky I mean, I actually bought eggs because I hadn't bought them in a while. So anyway, I guess if you normally cook stuff, you might have that stuff in your cupboard, but not me. Okay. So we're going to get to this now. So I decided since it's been really difficult trying to find stuff that's actually creepy or, I mean, it's kind of fun to poke fun at it, but they're just too easy to spot. So I thought for this week at least, and we'll test it out, see how it does. I picked 3 of the internet stories or things that I found on YouTube over the last 5 years. So some of these stories a little old that I found truly terrifying. And so I don't know, was that a pretty good nukes? I think I'm getting good at the nukes impressions. I'm not making fun of him, okay? Gotta respect Nuke. So this story, okay, so I was recently pet sitting, okay? And I got really spoiled because they have a garage and I get my own little opener when I'm there. And but ever since I saw, so I was really, I mean, I still am into true crime. I just don't watch it as much as I used to. But I was I watched so much true crime. Um, but this story really creeped me out. You know, again, it's like skip the ghost and the ghoulies and all that. The people are the terrifying things on caught on camera. Okay, so I'm just gonna play this clip. I mean, it's I don't know, it's very short, but it kind of gives you the general story. But I'll stop it here and there. I skipped ahead from the intro. But this is a true crime case. And anyway, oh, the garage door. You'll see why. But every time I'm at this place, I do not go in the house, or I don't even close the garage door without watching it close.
The story of Andrew and Christina Rarick. Georgetown, Ontario, Canada. A sleepy community where doors are left unlocked and kids play outside after sunset. Far removed from the chaos of the city, the town was rocked by an explosion in the early morning hours of February 17th, 2021. The fire department received a call for a residential fire at number 76 Hidden Lake Trail, a quiet and affluent subdivision road.
I don't know. Do you guys want the captions on? Is that annoying or not? I'll take them off. You can let me know if you want them back on.
The 26 firefighters arrived to fight the blaze, and once extinguished, made a gruesome discovery in the garage. The charred remains of Andrew and Christina Rarick were located among the rubble. The Ontario Fire Marshal, or OFM, were called in to investigate. The OFM is tasked with determining the origin and circumstances of fires. Shortly after commencing their fire investigation, OFM realized that this wasn't an accident, and the local police's homicide squad was notified. On February 19th, after evidence surfaced in the post-mortem examination, Halton Regional Police's homicide squad assumed full control of the suspicious fire investigation.
Okay, so just to recap, because it's a lot. He said a lot in a little bit. So yeah, so there was an explosion in this neighborhood home, and they thought, it was just some accident. But now that they've done the autopsy, they've discovered that this is now a homicide case. Okay.
A canvas of the neighborhood uncovered haunting footage captured by the neighbor's security camera. At 6:24 p.m. the evening before the fire, Andrew or Christina are seen pulling into the garage to park. Everything appeared to be normal until a shadowy figure emerges from the darkness. The figure crouches beside the car out of sight. There they wait until the garage door closes, sealing the Rarick's fate. This is the last time the Raricks were seen alive. It's unknown what occurred.
Yeah, so that's why I do not close that garage. Ever since I saw this, I do not go into that garage without, I'll step out of the car and close the thing and stand there and watch the door close. I mean, how creepy is that?
Inside the home over the next few hours, nothing was seen or heard until at 5:27 in the morning, the garage exploded, igniting the fire that would decimate half of the residents and alert the neighborhood to the fate of the Raricks.
I gotta say, this stock footage, again, like, sometimes when you mix the stock footage with this stuff, it just doesn't work.
Police soon released a vehicle description that fled the area, even driving past emergency responders as it escaped. Some time passed with little information or updates until 29th of March, 2021. Halton police announced the arrest of 27-year-old Harrison Brown for 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of arson. Brown remains in jail awaiting trial to this date. While police were tight-lipped, it was revealed that Brown was a business partner of the Raricks.
Okay, so this was a planned murder. But let's just go. Let me just show you how stealthy. This looked like a military operation or something. How also, I guess there was also some speculation at one point. I thought I saw like a few videos around. I think this was like, hang on, how long ago was this? 3 years ago. So this was a while ago. A few other YouTubers, I think Hannah the Horrible did something on this, and you know, they thought maybe, I don't know, they don't know if like the people were tortured, you know, the whole it's so I don't know, but this was a planned murder. But look at this. I mean, so she's like getting out of the car. It's just I mean, this is nightmare fuel right here.
Right. There they wait until the garage door closes, sealing the Rarick's fate.
I mean, but look, she's coming back. How did she This is the part that is just insane to me. Like, how does she not see this person? You know, was she on her phone? But I think that's where the speculation came from that maybe she was in on it and hired. I don't know. I can't remember the speculation. Don't take my word on any of this. But you know, this person was caught and tried for murder.
This is the last time the Raricks were seen alive.
Like that's because at first when I saw this video, I thought she just went in the house as the person was standing there. But then I found this video when I was searching for this footage, and that's an even a more close up image. And it's like she comes back toward the garage door. And I don't know, that's just one of the creepiest things so I thought I would share something that's actually creepy with you guys. Okay, so the next one, I don't know, what do you think about that? You ever gonna go into your garage again? And here I was feeling all spoiled. Okay. Let's see. Do we want to go to this one next? Oh, okay. So this one is an interesting case. This is footage that was, I don't know how it was found. I'm going to play you. Oh, by the way, this was from, I should give credit. I don't know how to say this. I'll put the link in the description later. But we're going to go to this one. And this is Chilling Scares, okay? So giving credit to this person as well. Appreciate you providing this footage for us to watch. All right, let's close that one. So this is this is Grave Robbing for Morons is the title of this next clip. And it's hilarious. But I mean, anyway, so this I think it was in the 80s. He goes into like how they figured out how old this footage was, but nobody really knows where it came from. And of course, you know, like there were all people on Reddit looking for I don't know. I'll play it, but this to me, I don't know if this kid is for real or not. So I'm curious to know what you think. Let's watch.
Grave Robbing for Morons. On August 8, 2014, a user by the
love
name
that.
Simon Pred J posted a video on YouTube titled Grave Robbing for Morons. This was a digital re-upload of a very old VHS video, an extremely chilling one at that. In it, a young man goes into disturbing detail explaining step by step how to rob graves and sell the remains on the black market.
Grab it by the eyes or the nose. You pull it out, put your finger all the way in. There's nothing there that will hurt you at all. Or you have to make sure of that. There's nothing that can hurt you. Do not be afraid. Pull it out like that. Do not pull it by the teeth, or else it'll break out like that, and you will have holes.
What makes this video even more unsettling isn't just its content, but the mystery surrounding it. No one knows who the man in the video is. To this day, his identity remains unknown, and no one has come forward to claim responsibility. This has left the internet into...
Okay, I'm going to be honest here. I was going to do some research and see if I could find any updates, but I was like, this guy's done a good job, so I'll just let him continue to tell you the backstory.
Fiercely opposing camps. Some believe this is authentic footage of a real grave robber. Others argue it's an obscure horror short crafted purely for shock value. Surprisingly, I came across evidence that supports both sides of the argument while researching this topic. One undeniable fact, however, is that the original video is extremely old. The earliest mention of its title, Grave Robbing for Morons, I found on the internet was a now defunct online store for horror VHS tapes called
Look at that. That's just like old school internet right there. Don't you miss those days? Not really. These websites looked horrible.
Shocking videos. This website listed the tape for sale in April of 2003, stating, "What we have here is genuine camcorder footage of a drunken teenage stutterer giving a half-hour lecture on how to steal body parts from graveyards for fun and profit while holding a fresh, rotting skull in his hands." That said...
Okay, wait. Oh, I guess. Okay, so I just wanted to read the rest of this as an added bonus. We'll all go through stupid teenage. Okay, wait. Knoxville. Okay, is this the same video that they're talking about? Anyway, drunken teenage stutterer. Okay, so this is the other piece that it'll get to because this kid has a pretty prominent stutter, and anyway, he'll show you. I think there were Reddit comments that people are saying like that's hard to fake.
The original video is likely from the late 80s. We can clearly see the VHS box for the 1987 Evil Dead 2 movie 5 minutes and 43 seconds into the video.
Have any of y'all ever seen that? I tried to watch Evil Dead 1 and because somebody highly recommended it, and I think I don't know. I need to give it another chance. I think I was just not in the mood that night or something, but I was just like I couldn't. Or maybe I fell asleep. I don't know. I need to give it another chance, but I didn't realize there was a second one.
Video. And to narrow it down even more, there's an issue of Horror FX magazine visible in the bottom left corner at the same time. This specific cover was a part of a unique Fangoria horror magazine edition released in July 1989, which means the video was probably shot around that year. The horror memorabilia scattered throughout the footage implies that whoever created this video might have been a die-hard horror fan just trying to make something creepy for the thrill of it. And while most of the gruesome advice given in the video feels very authentic.
Okay, so one thing this guy doesn't mention is because I've seen other. Oh, Lady McTavish says I love the Evil Dead movies. Oh, so is there more than two? I feel like there's some horror films that I'm really some aspects of horror, the horror genre that I'm really familiar with, and like I've seen all the movies, but then there's some where people are like, "Wait, you haven't seen that? You like horror films and you haven't seen that?" Yeah. So one thing this guy doesn't mean I've seen other I don't know compilations talk about this video. It was pretty popular to cover there for a while. Um, the cuts. Oh, 4 or 5. Another one on the way. Huh. Maybe I should watch all of them. Maybe that could be a video. I know that's the other thing I was gonna talk about in the channel updates is how the channel's a little bit all over the place, but, I mean, the comedy ties it all together. My, glorious personality. So there's if you'll notice, this guy's pretty beat up. So I think in the other videos that I watched about this particular clip or whatever, they were saying that maybe, he cut himself trying to dig out the graves, which I don't know. It seems like you would need 2 people to dig. I don't know. It seems, I don't know. Oh, and a series, and Pulitzer says, and they range from pure horror to horror comedy. Oh, well, why haven't I? So there's the one is that the same series as, oh God, it was a zombie movie that, Bill Murray was in. It was recently. Oh God, now I can't remember. It was hilarious. I mean, it was a very slow build. One of you probably know the name of it. I'm not good with remembering names of things on the spot. So anyway, this kid has a lot of cuts on his hands and his face. It looks like he got into a fight maybe. But I would argue that the horror memorabilia in the side kind of would suggest that, he might be an actor. I don't know.
Like describing ways to
It's a
remove
terrible Macbeth audition.
the skull from a body that hasn't fully decomposed yet. There are also sections that seem extremely goofy. Like when the host suggests knocking out witnesses so they think it was all just a dream.
Never leave witnesses. If you have to knock them out so that way they think it's a dream.
This gives further credence to the
Okay, I have seen the whole thing, but I couldn't find it. Honestly, I didn't look that hard. I mean, I was beat after making that stupid baking video. Not stupid. I put a lot of effort and I learned a lot, but never again will I do a video like that. I mean, just I'm gonna have a better process. I was just really exhausted. So this I don't know. He does seem very goofy because I've seen the whole thing and this part seems like acting. Also, look at all this equipment behind him. There's looks like some kind of like a tripod camera, something. It seems like he might be into film,
Theory that the subject doesn't have any real grave robbing experience and is just making
or he's stolen all that stuff. I guess if he's a grave robber, he probably steals other stuff.
it all up for the video. On the other hand, some people argue that the skull he's showing in the video is far too detailed to be fake. As for the inconsistency in the advice, that
Any of y'all know anything about real human skulls? I mean, I don't know.
could be explained by the theory that this was likely his first time robbing a grave, and that he was simply making things up to seem more knowledgeable on the topic than he actually was. But this is where things start getting
Yes, real quick, Lady McTavish. It is The Dead Don't Die. Very good. See? I don't know. I haven't seen Zombieland either. Is Bill Murray in that as well? I don't know. The Dead Don't Die. Who's the other kid that's in Dead Don't Die with him? Like that guy's hilarious. I'm also not here's the thing. I can't remember actors' names, but I can pick out an actor's voice in like half a second. It's a weird talent. Like if there's a new animated series and there's a voice actor and I've heard this person before, I can pick them out immediately. I don't know why. I wish that, there was like a game show where I could actually win money with that. Anyway, here we go.
really eerie. Toward the end of the tape, the guy almost mumbles his full name, but stops himself before saying his entire last name.
Okay, this was made by Anthony. Well, as a matter of fact, let's forget the last name.
And in 1999, a man named Anthony Casamassima was arrested in New York for stealing an expensive stained glass window.
This is pretty good. I have to give this person here. Let me give this person a like. This is good. I mean, I had not seen this part of anyone do this far research onto this. I can't talk tonight. All right, I'm just going to keep playing
From
it.
a cemetery. There was a real possibility that this was the same person who made the grave robbing for Moron's Guide. That being said, there are a few inconsistencies that say otherwise. For instance, I did not find any charges against Anthony Casamassima that mentioned him desecrating bodies. He was more into stealing valuable artifacts like stained glass. And more importantly, Casamassima was 40 when he was arrested in 1999. If he made the tape, he would have been around 30 at the time. However, given the young appearance of the video's subject, that seems highly unlikely. I also found a couple more theories as well, but most of them lead to dead ends. One such theory claims the guy in the video might be Craig A. Bradley, who was arrested in 1995 for stealing human remains from a cemetery in upstate New York. Craig would have been around.
Okay, here's the thing. I mean, I had no idea people actually rob graves this day and age. I mean, that seems like, like something that you hear from like the 1930s, just, I don't know, or it's just really bizarre. Thank you for answering that. I will check out Zombieland as well. Let's see. Does the kid mention the use of a long hook-like device in extracting cadavers from a grave? Because if not, he's failing to provide a very useful life-death hack. Oh, using to extract. I don't remember, the full version that I saw. He just keeps talking about how to like make sure it's a good body part, or I don't know. I wish I could find. If you want me to find it, I can try to find the full length footage. But this had some useful information. I don't think it's this guy, by the way.
On 24 when the grave robbing video was filmed, which fits with the young appearance of the guy in the tape. Plus, he even looks a bit like him.
No, he doesn't.
However, the issue with this theory is that Craig doesn't have the stutter that was prominent in the original video.
Winter months I'm laid off. So winter months,
That is not the same guy.
usually pay.
Dig for you and everything. So you dig and your friend digs, and then it's another friend digs. You have to find someplace really secluded. So that way there's.
So yeah, so that kind of stutter. I've only had. I was on these medications. It's a long story, but I was when I went through my period of insanity when I was misdiagnosed. Anyway, I was put on a couple medications that interacted badly together, and it caused like a slight stutter. And it actually happens rarely still when I'm very tired. And it's not as bad as this, but it's like it's almost like my entire mouth just like would freeze and I literally could not get the words out. So I feel this kid's pain and I don't think this is fake. I think this is yeah, I just don't think it's a fake stutter because it looks pretty real.
No interruptions, okay?
Now, he could have faked the stutter in the original video for some reason. However, people on the internet find that extremely unlikely given how real it feels. Grave robber or actor, the stutter is real. I've known several people with really bad stutters, and it's such a specific, uncontrollable behavior that makes it hard to fake. This kid's stutter feels unique and authentic. I've never seen an actor in a movie fake a stutter that felt this real.
Yeah. So the thing that I just said about my stutter or, mini stutter, I don't know there was actually a name for it, but yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it is like, I don't think that was faked.
It's possible one day the person seen in the video will come forward with the truth, but for now, we have no idea who the person is or whether or not this extremely realistic looking grave robbing video is real.
But I don't know. No one ever tried to, this, like, why were he had like gashes on his face. I mean, I don't know. He could have gotten into a fight because that would explain the gashes on his hands and his face,
Strange.
Oh, that's a different one. Okay. So, we got time for one more here, which is what I planned. Look at me. Okay, so I know I always say that. It's more of just like, doing my best here. Now, are you all familiar with the Chris Watts case? If not, it's this guy. I hope he rots in hell. Yeah, that's basically how I feel about this person. I have if you know me, I have a lot of empathy, but when it comes to psychopaths and people who can murder their wife and 2 daughters, or wait, do they have 3 kids? Or was she pregnant? Anyway, it was a horrific crime. You should look it up, but I'm assuming a lot of people are familiar with this case. So after he finally they finally got him to admit it, and they found the bodies. I think when they went to search for the bodies, they had investigators searching the home, and there's some body cam footage that, well, basically, oh wait, am I sharing the wrong one? Yes, I am. Hang on. There we go. We're gonna do a little nukes. Because Nuke actually has this body cam footage. So there's a couple of different pieces to this. Like there was one that, well, anyway, I'll just play this for you since we're all familiar with Nuke here.
The Watts house. The strange events at the Watts family home in Colorado might be one of the most reliably documented hauntings of all time, because every piece of paranormal evidence comes directly from footage recorded by policemen on their body cams.
Frederick Police Department, anybody in the house?
Okay, so Pulitzer's not familiar with this story. So, it's a pretty gruesome, I mean, he murdered his wife and kids and then tried to get away with it. And he shoved his daughters into an oil, I don't know. He worked for like an oil company or something. I don't remember all the, I think, when I've watched so much true crime, I delete a lot of the minor details like that. I just remember that it was pretty horrific what he did. But yeah, he basically smothered both of his daughters and did it while one of them killed one while the other watched. So yeah, that's why I hope he burns in hell. I have no empathy for that. That's just beyond premeditated. So yeah, anyway, so they think that what we're about to see are the ghost of the wife and the kids.
Make yourself known.
And the reason I think it's actually creepy is I do think it's harder to fake body cam footage. And in the clips, you'll see that the officers are actually reacting to stuff.
Shannon Watts and her daughters, Bella and Cece, lost their lives under absolutely horrible circumstances, all at the
Yeah, sorry. It's pretty bad.
hands of husband and father Chris Watts.
I mean, he's such a piece of shit. I mean, this guy like tried to sit there and lie. If you go watch the video about this, this is one of the reasons I stopped watching so much true crime is I really have a hard time watching like interrogation room footage for some reason. Like it's because I feel so it's just like, oh, I know they're lying and it's hard to watch. So anyway, this guy, he's hard to watch.
In fact, the details of the case are so grim that I'm not going to go into them here. But if you want to read the full story, you can simply Google the Watts family. In this video,
You know it's bad when it's too grim for Nuke.
two female officers from the police canine unit go to the Watts house to investigate the strange disappearance. Obviously, this video was recorded before the tragic fate of Shanann and her children were known. This footage is 100% real. It is documented police video captured by one of the investigators' body camera. So shortly after entering the house, they catch some strange video on the stairs.
Smells like cleaning.
Many viewers believe that this looks like a quick glimpse of a childlike apparition descending the stairs. But it could just be a video glitch. You decide. But then the policewoman begins to catch multiple strange and unusually clear
Okay, so that one I can't quite explain, but I'll get back to that because there's another video that was actually that I was going to show you, the other clip that I was going to show you that was actually debunked later. But this is the other part.
EVPs on her body cam.
So there's your attic access right there. So there's your attic access right there.
I don't know about those. I mean, it could, again, it could be power of suggestion because the text is on the screen. But again, I don't think you can fake body cam audio. I mean, I guess somebody could have manipulated it after they released it, but I don't know.
But strangest of all, while investigating an upstairs closet, the investigators hear something that actually seems to spook them.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
The unexplained voice of a giggling child can be heard, but there's absolutely no explanation for where the sound came from. The canine officer is so spooked she asks the other officer to check it out.
Oh my gosh. What in the world is that? Wow. Go in there and step on that little blue thing and see if that's where that
Yeah, it sounded like a kid toy.
it might. It's sort of
Okay, so this is the part where I'm like, all right, so you can tell they heard it in real time and they genuinely spooked here,
sounds like
Something. I heard it.
it. Did you hear it?
I did.
It sounded like a kid giggling or something, didn't it? Or a kid.
It did.
That was strange, but we're making note of that.
I heard it. I definitely heard the same thing you did.
Yeah, and then he just sort of turned around.
But the story gets even stranger. 1 month after the tragic incident, police are called back to the empty house because neighbors report seeing a woman moving around inside the home. Also, someone had turned on the inside garage lights. The police found no one inside, but some viewers believe that they might have caught something else. As a police officer is standing at the top of the stairs, it almost looks as if some small shadow peeks out from behind him, just for a second.
Yeah, see, I don't know. That almost looks like another officer. I can't quite tell.
So is the Watts house haunted by the spirits of Shanann and her daughters? Or are these simply tricks of the light and random noises? What do you
I mean, Doesn't that look like just another officer up there?
Think.
I don't know. Okay, so hang on. Whoa, why is this?
Watt's house.
The other one that I wanted to share was actually debunked. There's not really any sound on this one. But yeah, the one where they step on the toy, it's kind of creepy. I don't know. They didn't really show the closet. I thought there might be a toy in there, but and this part is like you can just see like this asshole's trying to lie. This is the part. It makes me so angry when I watch this. Yeah, he's pretending like he has no idea what happened to his wife, and he's worried about her right now. Yeah, the asshole. Oh no, we didn't catch it.
She works a direct sales company called Drive.
See, this is why I like watching interrogation rooms. It's like because you know he's lying right now. He's God, what a piece of shit. Okay. He's a bad actor too. Most criminals are. See, so I saw there's a little person there, and I was like trying to look at it earlier, and I was like, is that added? And I was like, actually, that looks like a kid. But I saw something on Reddit that said this has been debunked, or maybe it's in the comments of this video, which is from. Hang on. Anyway, someone said that's actually a neighbor's kid because at this point they didn't really know if it was a crime scene. Whoa, nope. And this is from Will Devo. So let's give that a like. All right. Stop sharing that. So what do you guys think? Oh, hang on. I feel if it wasn't another officer, then the officer whose body cam is actually recording would say something. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Hey, in case you missed it before, let's get another good lovely image of these cookies. I really want to do this again just to prove that I can do it, But I mean, I guess they tasted okay. There was just way too much sugar in them ultimately. Anyway, sorry, Lady McTavish, if I've ruined the surprise. Well, you've seen the pictures of the failed toffee attempt, and I did end up making it. So I'm wondering if maybe I should try making the dark chocolate pistachio things, my own version of Trader Joe's. Anyway, so thank you all for being here. I don't know, it's about 8 o'clock. I figured I'd try to wrap these up right around now. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate all of your support and coming back every week. These are a lot of fun, and hopefully if you like this, I can kind of do something again like this. But again, I might run out of creepy things, or I might get just really angry if we watch a bunch of true crime together. But yeah, that case was just really sad. Because he was having an affair, and that was why he killed them. And it's just like, really, asshole? Just get a divorce, just grow a pair and get a divorce, So, anyway, yeah, I think that's one of the reasons I stopped watching as much true crime. And just eventually it just gets to be, I have to commend detectives that do it for a living. Although I would make a good detective, I think. Okay, anyway, I don't know, I have other stuff to say, but thank you all to my new subscribers. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I'm at 717, 18-ish, somewhere around in there. So trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and go watch my other live streams because, I also need watch time for that. It would be great. I can't wait to have that 1,000 subscriber episode that everybody has. I'll have to plan something fun for it. Maybe I'll do a live stream. All right. Well, until next time, stay unleashed, and thank you all for being here. And I have an outro this time. Here we go.